Today I'm going to teach you how to graph in standard form. Standard form is what you see right there at the bottom of the screen, ax squared plus bx plus c. Take a moment to pause this video and write these steps down, and then I'm going to explain how to do both of them. Finding the vertex for standard form is sort of like finding the vertex for factored form. I have to find the line of symmetry, and then I use that x value and put it back in the equation to find the y value for the vertex. But there are some differences. There's actually a formula to find the line of symmetry for standard form, and it's just your x equals negative b over 2a. So let me do a little reminder. Your b value is this one right here with the x, and your a is right here. And so if I were to do this formula, I would just say x equals, and then I'm going to do negative b, which is just the opposite of b. And so since v is positive 8, I'm going to put negative 8, all over, then 2 times my a value, so 2 times 2. So my final answer is negative 8 divided by, well, 2 times 4 was 4, so negative 8 divided by 4 is a negative 2. So x equals negative 2. Now the next step is to put that negative 2 back into the equation to find the y value of our vertex. So my vertex is going to be negative 2 something, and I'm just going to go ahead and put the negative 2 back in the equation. Now you need to remember you always have to do your exponent first when you're doing that. I like to put them in parentheses here. And so negative 2 squared is 4, and 2 times 4 is 8. And then 8 times negative 2 is negative 16, and then minus 7. 8 minus 16 is a negative 8. Negative 8 minus 7, that's going to give me a negative 15. So my vertex is negative 2, negative 15. Let's try a few of these out. So I am going to once again identify that my b value here is negative 12 and my a value is a 3. And so I have x equals my negative b, so the opposite of negative 12, which is positive 12, all over 2 times 3, which is 6. Did you see how I did that? 2 times 3 is 6. And so x is going to equal 2. And then I'm going to put it back in the equation. So 3 times 2 squared minus 12 times 2 plus 1. 2 squared is 4, so 3 times 4 is 12. Minus, it looks like 24 plus 1. So I have a negative 12 plus 1, which equals a negative 11. So my vertex for this one is 2, negative 11. All right, let's do it again. Pause it, try it on your own, learn from your mistakes, and then we'll do it one more time after this. All right, here we go. My b is a positive 8. What is my a? Well, it's a 1. You can't see the 1, but there you go, it's a 1. And so I have x equals negative b, so negative 8, all over 2 times 1. So 2 times 1 is just a 2, which means my x value is a negative 4. So I'm going to put a negative 4 right here. And then I'm going to do x squared, so negative 4 squared plus 8 times negative 4 minus 3. That is a 16. Minus 32 minus 3, so I have a negative 16 minus 3, which is a negative 19. Is that what you got? All right, let's try it again. If you dare, pause the video and try this on your own. All right, here we go. My b value is a negative 2, and my a value is a 1/5. And so I'm going to start way up here. X equals negative b, so that would be the opposite of negative 2, so positive 2. All over 2, I'm going to write it out this time, 2 times 1/5. Alrighty, so here we go. X equals 2 over, well, 2 times 1/5 is 2/5. And then I'm going to remind you about fractions when we divide. Sometimes we'll do keep it, change it, flip it. So I'm going to keep the top, change it to a multiplication problem, and flip this. Oh. That becomes a little bit better. I'm going to go like that. That's 10 over 2, which is what? A 5. So x equals 5. Well, that wasn't too bad. All right, now let's go ahead and put it in the equation. 1/5 times 5 squared minus 2 times 5 minus 1. Well, 5 squared is 25, so 1/5 of 25 is 5. Minus 10 minus 1. So 5 minus 10 is a negative 5. Minus 1 gives me a negative 6. So there's my vertex, 5, negative 6. All right, let me remind you, there are 2 key players of this to graph. First of all, I have to find the vertex, and next I have to find the y-intercept. Oh my goodness, how hard is that going to be? Can you find the y-intercept of these 4 functions? There it is, there it is, there it is, and there it is. In fact, the c value, just like we mentioned in an earlier video, the c value is the y-intercept. So that made that one easy. All right, let's put this whole thing together and actually graph some parabolas. I would suggest strongly finding some graph papers so that you can do this while I'm doing it. All right, here we go. The first thing I need to do is find the line of symmetry, which will be the x value of my vertex. So x equals negative b, so that's opposite of negative 8, all over 2a. So that would be 8 divided by 4, which is a 2. So my vertex, I'm going to just put this here, is going to have a 2, comma. And then I'm going to put the 2 back in there. So 2 times 2 squared minus 8 times 2 plus 3. So 2 times, let's see, 2 squared is 4 times 2 is 8, minus 16 plus 3. Negative 8 plus 3 is a negative 5. So my vertex is 2, negative 5. I'm going to go ahead and do that right here, 2, negative 5. And that is also my line of symmetry. So when you are graphing on paper, it's really good for this particular graphing to actually do the line of symmetry. All right, what is my y-intercept? There it is. It's a 3, so I'm going to put it here. And then notice how it's 2 units from the line. I'm just going to go 2 more units to the other side because it's a mirror image. Make the arms of my parabola, and I am done. All right, let's do it again. Alrighty, x equals negative b, so that's going to be a positive 4, all over 2a, and that's 2 times 1. So that's 4 divided by 2, which is a 2. So x equals 2, so my vertex is going to have a 2 here. And then I'm going to do 2 squared minus 4 times 2 plus 5. That's 4 minus 8 plus 5. That is a negative 4 plus 5, which equals a positive 1. Alrighty, so my vertex is at 2, 1 right here. And again, I'm going to just draw my line of symmetry. My y-intercept is this plus 5. And then I'm just going to go all the way on the other side of the line of symmetry and do that. Make the arms of my parabola, and I am done. One more. You know I had to go ahead and throw a fraction in there again. But here we go. So x equals negative b, so the opposite of negative 2 is 2, all over 2 times negative 1/3. All right, so I'm going to say that is a 2 over negative 2/3. And then I'm going to do my math here. 2 times, so keep it, change it, flip it. And that's going to be a negative 6 divided by 2, which is a negative 3. So my vertex is going to be, I'm going to put it down here, negative 3 something. All right, now let's go ahead and put it into the equation. Negative 1/3 times negative 3 squared minus 2 times negative 3 plus 2. So negative 3 squared is just a positive 9. 1/3 of that is 3, but negative 1/3 is negative 3. And then negative 2 times negative 3 is a positive 6 plus 2. Negative 3 plus 6 is 3 plus 2 is a 5. So my y value of my vertex is a 5. So I'm going to do a negative 3, positive 5 right here. And then I'm going to do my line of symmetry right here. My y-intercept is a 2, so I'm going to put that here. Now it looks like I'm 3 away from the line, so I'm going to go 3 away from the other side of the line here. And voila. Now, did it make sense to you that this is pointing downward? I hope so, because of this negative right here meant that it was going down. All right, it's your turn to go have some fun and graph.